In today's news, XRP will be getting an ETF. This is not just speculation, this is not just me saying this, because there is ample of evidence out there to support this claim. Even industry experts like Uphold's Director of Research, Dr. Martin Heisberg, has posted only a month ago now. We are finally seeing the fruits of increased development on XRP since the lawsuit was settled. An XRP ETP, which is the European version of an ETF, is just around the corner too. There is life in this old girl. But that is not all. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has also publicly stated that it is inevitable XRP will get an ETF in the future. Pay close attention.
So you would welcome an XRP ETF then?
We would certainly welcome it, and I think it's inevitable that there'll be, multiple ETFs around different tokens. I think you'll even see ETFs potentially around baskets that also, I think, further diversify that risk.
Are you in talks with the largest issuers, particularly BlackRock, to get this done?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. I know BlackRock has said some things publicly. We think it makes sense for the XRP community overall.
And now we have the recent massive development and announcement from Hong Kong, who are allowing in-kind creation and redemption of spot Bitcoin and Ether ETF. You won't want to miss this. Listen very closely.
Ultimately, this is the first spot Bitcoin and Ether ETF to be launched in Hong Kong.
What's the significance of these conditional approvals?
So what is interesting here is ultimately Hong Kong is trying to be the crypto or virtual asset hub of Asia Pacific. And what Hong Kong has done to differentiate themselves is they are allowing in-kind creation and redemption. And what this means is ultimately if you are a holder of Bitcoin or Ether, you can swap that into an ETF. In the US, they have only allowed cash creation and redemption. And what this means is ultimately you provide cash and in return you get a Bitcoin ETF. And so Hong Kong is taking a little bit of a different play where they're going to allow Bitcoin or Ether, physical transaction of in-kind creation. So if you're a holder of Bitcoin or Ether, you can then swap that into an ETF. And so this is a really significant event because ultimately it can attract different players, people that are already holding these virtual assets and cryptocurrencies. They can potentially swap into an ETF format if they want.
Now, one of the biggest reasons as to why this is such huge news is because China had to lift their crypto ban, showcasing the seismic shift crypto is having on the financial sector all across the world. And the reason this is very big news for XRP and eventually may result in Hong Kong issuing their own XRP ETF is because Ripple and Mexico partner Zodia Custody, their CEO stated, quote, "Hong Kong's approval of spot Bitcoin and Ether ETFs is a game changer. For the region's digital asset ambition at Zodia Custody, we're well positioned to be your trusted partner, offering secure and reliable custody solutions." So, Zodia Custody positioned itself in Hong Kong knowing the ETF would launch to become the premier custody solution similar to Coinbase in the United States. Ripple's Mexico at the same time partnered with Zodia to create a global network. This partnership may very well ignite the possibility for Hong Kong to issue an XRP ETF very, very soon, or at the very least, much sooner than you would expect. Why? Well, because every bank, every institution wants access to XRP, so of course they'd want an ETF. Think about what ETFs did for Bitcoin, and why wouldn't all Ripple partners want the same thing, the same possibility for XRP? We can see here from Bloomberg Crypto, it was recently announced that Barclays and Citi are among the banks testing tokenized deposits in the United Kingdom. Game-changing news. And as we can see from Chad here, Citi are partnered with Ripple and Mexico and using XRP private ledgers. And furthermore here from Smoke, it showcases more evidence of Citi as well as Barclays being a Ripple partner. And partly thanks to these two institutions, the Bank of England have stated that the United Kingdom is on a cusp of payments revolution. And need I remind you again that Ripple is a member of the Digital Pound Foundation. They are partnered with the Bank of England with the United Kingdom. But that is not all. Even JP Morgan is going to want an XRP ETF. As we can see from Mr. Man XRP, JP Morgan and treasury management firm Kyriba are partnering to integrate JP Morgan Coin, JP Morgan's blockchain-based digital token, in Kyriba's system. This collaboration aims to streamline cross-border payments and make blockchain technology more accessible to treasurers globally. And we can see that Kyriba is Swiss connectivity, connects more than 40,000 bank payment scenarios for more than 1,000 institutions, and Kyriba is partnered with Ripple. The Federal Reserve is even in Ripple's pocket, as we can hear in this interview from Ripple CTO David Schwartz. Let's take a listen.
Going right to payment alliances, we're going to financial institutions, we're going to the Federal Reserve and central bankers. We really are trying to work this from the top down, get liquidity into the system, get cash in and cash out pathways so that it will be more useful for everyone. It's kind of surprising that we're where we are, that we're being taken seriously by central bankers, that we have banks that are using the Ripple network today to make payments between banks. Surprisingly to me, we've actually been getting an extremely positive response from everything from the Federal Reserve to small and medium-sized banks to payment consortiums. Everybody seems to recognize that the payment system is broken. We're a long way. Unfortunately, we're a long way from making these systems safe enough for mass consumer direct use.
Right.
If I had to guess, I would say the fastest would be 2 to 3 years, which is really not that long.
No.
Yeah, technology moves very, very quickly.
Like Bank of America, are they open to Ripple right now? And if they are, or when they are eventually, how can Bank of America use Ripple right now today?
They are surprisingly open. That's another one of the things that really surprised me, because you kind of think of the existing financial system as perfect for banks and banks not wanting to disrupt a system that works well for them. But actually, banks have huge problems in payments.
Every single piece of evidence I've showed you in this video is why XRP is going to be getting an ETF very, very soon. Their partners definitely want one. And thanks to Hong Kong and their recent developments of ETFs as well, Zodia may be the stepping stone to whisper in their ears and get an XRP ETF in motion. And the power of these ETFs are absolutely insane, which is why I want you to pay very special close attention to this video from Power of Publish. This is what's happened with the Bitcoin ETFs thus far and what will happen with XRP in the near future.
When that spot ETF gets passed, they are going to put a massive amount of pressure on these exchanges because they have to take that Bitcoin off the exchanges. They now have to self-custody that. They cannot have a spot ETF and work it if they don't own the asset. So they are going to come and start scooping up Bitcoin. Oh my God. When they scoop this Bitcoin up, it is going to put pressure. There's going to be less of it in the market. Why is Chase asking for XRP? XRP is the banker's coin. Watch this. Banks that use Ripple, Bank of America, second largest bank in the United States. Bank of America is already using XRP's technology. PNC Bank is using Ripple's technology. Siam Bank, Santander Bank, you get the idea. Standard Chartered Bank, QLX in Mexico. There's man, if I wish I find that other list, there's like 60, 70 banks that are using Ripple's technology. Because who wants to have somebody come in and say, hey, I would like to send some money over to Nigeria. And say, oh, okay, then you got to use the slow ass system from y'all know where this is going, and then it takes 3-4 days to actually get your money from the United States over to Nigeria. When you could just move it in 4 seconds with Ripple's XRP technology. Money is moving in seconds versus hours and days. They are going to make a ridiculous amount of money. That's why the #1 bank in the United States is saying, pay us your mortgage in XRP.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.